Hi, we're reviewing my book, Perfecting the Brand American Medicine, the brand learning topology. So the brand learning topology, so every employee in your organization, has to have a hero, a role model, a mentor, a coach, a supervisor, clear peers, or else they're just learning through trial and error. Um, Trial and error learning isn't for practice. It's not for practicing. It's medical practice. It's not for practicing. Um, how do you get there? So who do you articulate for each of your employees who their peers are? You can make a list. You can start creating what your brand learning topology is. Who are their peers? How do you measure them? What are the local norms that you measure them on? Whether it's their rooming audits, activating health maintenance alerts, registration audits, all of the efforts to keep a patient from being stuck with a bill. Those individuals that have insurance, you don't want them to get stuck with the bill after they went through the trouble of getting insurance. So perfecting the scheduling and registration process is about peer grouping your frontline folks, and who works the hardest, who's most successful at keeping a patient from being stuck with their bill. Those are under your supervisors. You have a supervisor hierarchy. That's generally very clear. But often we don't go through the process of setting peers and setting those local norms. And very few organizations go through the trouble of identifying for each employee a coach. They can give proven tips and tricks for succeeding in that organization and succeed in that culture, separate from their supervisor. It's somebody that they can go to for second-of-hand things, ambiguities. Next above that is a mentor. A mentor is somebody that, Tom Hollis would say it's a full contact sport. It's somebody that sees you in action and can give you instruction, in his words, of do more of this, do less of this, and keep doing this. Then a role model. Who do you articulate in your brand of who is a role model and why? That's one of the things that's essential in articulating what your brand is and what your brand means, who your people are. And then a hero. Who are the superior role models and why? If your brand doesn't have coaches, mentors, role models, heroes inside, give us a call at Profi.me. That's a lot of what we do, in particular for physicians, but also hospitals, to help you identify and harvest who those good performing employees are and what those good habits are. Because everybody comes to work to do a good job. An organization that doesn't have coaches, mentors, role models, heroes, ultimately doesn't build a brand. People don't spontaneously build brands. It takes people to manage that. I can say that from my personal experience and also from tracing back to Pierre Spirit Radisson, who was the explorer, the French explorer that had British Covenant paper that founded multiple of the first brands here in North America that still survive, like Dayton Hudson, Hudson Jewelers, Radisson, and he happened to have been a fur trader. Keeping a brand that long had to be managed. It needed supervision, coaching, mentorship, role modeling, and identification of heroes.